Great start. All right, our next storyteller tonight, she's a first-time storyteller from MothUp, but I think she's really cool because she's told a story at a Grand Slam in Manhattan. Really cool. So we'd like to welcome Mary Bell to the stage.
I'm wishing this is vodka instead of water. It's not, Katie, don't worry. It's just water. My name's Mary, like Amanda said, and I am telling a story about being mortified, obviously. But I lived in Japan for a few years, and obviously there's lots of, I'm not Asian, I'm not Japanese, so there's lots of times when I was mortified there, but one involved public bathing. But before that, I'm going to tell one little quick before that. The very first night I was in Japan, it was in college, my junior year in college. I'd been on the plane all day, it's like 18-hour flight, super tired, and I'm staying with the family for 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks I'm there. So, super hungry, super tired, but super excited, ready to do anything in Japan, and I'm asking, the mom speaks a little English, so I'm excited she speaks English because I don't speak any Japanese. But she says she's fixing dinner, and so I said, oh, what are we having for dinner? She says, oh, we're having taco. And I was like, oh, I love tacos. I love them. We eat them all the time with my family. My mom fixes them all the time. I love tacos. It's my favorite. And I kept saying, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. I love tacos. And so I'm excited, and so then we sit down, and she places the platter in front of me, and it's this whole octopus, just raw tentacles, suction cups, everything, staring right at me. I'm thinking, she said taco. I don't understand. There's no cheese, there's no sour cream, cilantro, something. It's just octopus, raw, ready to go. And I'm like, do we just eat it? And so she's like showing me how to cut it up, and so I learned that night that I could swallow things whole really well. You can swallow it down, don't chew it, and it's gone. So that story, that very first night, kind of became my mantra of I can eat taco, I can do anything. So fast forward 2 years later, I went back again after college for a few years, and I've been there for a year, and I've gotten kind of used to a lot of the cultural stuff. But one thing I'd always avoided was public bathing. I'm from South Carolina. We don't do public bathing over there. I don't think we do it a lot in the States. So anyway, so I'd become friends with a lot of the college students there, and that I taught English to. And so we decided to go camping Japanese style, and we rented. We paid for like a log cabin thing, but it was more of like a retreat center. So it was our group and then plus other groups there. So we were there for 4 or 5 days, and we got there right away, and the lady who's in charge of the planning hands us a schedule. They love schedules over there, everything's on time. And I noticed on the schedule it said 7 to 9 every night was bath time, and I was like, great. So the first night I avoided bath time because I didn't really need one. So the second night, we cooked. Oh, it was in the middle of the summer, like 107 degrees every night, no air conditioning, cooked over an open fire for every meal. So by the second night, you're smelling like charcoal and fish and rice and all that stuff combined, and sweat. So it was time to take it back the second night. I couldn't avoid it anymore. So I go down there, and they give me a little towel, and it's like a washcloth size towel. I guess I'm smaller over there. So I'm going down there, and I'm like, oh, I can just take a shower real quick, and it won't be that bad. I walk in, pull the door open, and the stalls, they have like a wall full of stalls, no curtains, no walls, it's just all open, like shower heads. And I'm like, oh, great. So I'm like, this won't be so bad. I'll deal with it, and I'll just hurry and then go back to my room. It won't be a big deal. So I get in there, and then the door closes behind me. There's only like 2 or 3 other ladies in there. It's separated men and women, of course, but I get in there. There's only a few older ladies in there, and they're kind of in their own little group. So I'm just trying to, act like I don't see them. And but then the door opens, and another group comes in. So I'm starting to get nervous. I'm like, oh gosh, I can't take it back tonight. I'm just gonna wait. So I decided to. I left. I wimped out, and I didn't think about the taco night. I just wimped out. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. So I decided I'll get up super early in the morning before everyone else gets up, and I'll go down there and I'll take it back when no one else is up, when everyone else is still sleeping. So I get up at 5 because at 5:30 the announcer comes over the loudspeaker, and everyone has to get up and do their exercises every morning together. So like the first morning I woke up and it's like 5:30, I'll look over and everyone's like counting and kind of yelling the numbers and counting. Anyway, it's just something that they do. So I decided I'll get up at 5 before the calisthenics, the morning exercises, and I'll go take a shower. So I tiptoed down there so I won't wake anybody up, and I got down to the bathroom, and it's like padlocked down. Like I can't, like the combo, I can't get in, it's locked, no one's around to open it. And so it's only, the big sign says it's only open from 7 to 9. So I'm like, oh great. So I have to go from 7 to 9. So finally, it's the third night, I have to take a bath. So I get my nerves up again, think of the taco story, I'm thinking about it, and I get down to the bath, and I take my towel, take 2 towels, take 2 I walk in, and I'm like, this isn't so bad, I can hurry, and no one's really paying attention to me. It's still a small group in there. I'm like, this isn't bad, they're pretending like I'm not here. So anyway, so I'm sitting there kind of like, so in the public baths in Japan, you shower off first and get clean with the soap in the shower, and then you go sit in the tub to relax. It's part of the social part of it. So you don't get clean in the bath, so you just shower off and then you go get in. They have several baths to choose from. You have a foam bath, like with bubbles, and you can get electric shock bath, hot oil bath, or just a regular hot water bath. So you can choose, which is nice. So I'm thinking I'm going for the bubbles. It's maximum coverage. That's the thing that's want to go to. But it's the most crowded, so I'm kind of so it's a hard decision. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm just going to shower and leave. But it's kind of looked down upon if you don't sit in the bath and all this social awkwardness. And anyway, so I'm sitting there. I'm like, I can do the bath. I can do it. And then the door slams open again. No lie, like 100 kindergartners come in. And it's like new people coming in, just like their first night at the retreat center. So I'm like, oh gosh. And so little kids are not afraid to stare. And they stare. The city I lived in was not a big tourist city, so I was normally the only foreigner anywhere I went. So I was used to being stared at with my clothes on, but not used to being stared at. So the little kids, come kind of circle around and kind of looking up, like, why are you here? Are you lost? And questions. So I'm just trying to hurry, like, really fast. I gotta hurry. I'm like sudsing up, and so I'm thinking I can dart for the door, I can dash for the door, or I can dash for the tub, or the bath. And so I'm like, I'm gonna try the bath. Sounds relaxing. When my friends are in there, I'll go visit. So I like kind of start running, not running, but kind of like trying to hurry to the bath, and I end up like sliding and like belly flop in. The old ladies in the bath were trying to not notice it, but they were like their faces are covered and they're all wet. The water's still like moving. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I'll just sit in here until it closes at 9. So I waited until 9 came around, and I'm starting to get all pruny and like, I want to get out of this bath, but I don't want to stand up because everyone's still staring and wondering why is American in here. And so anyway, I sat there in the bath till around 9:45 when everyone left, sitting there mortified, but I survived. And I highly recommend going to Japan anytime you have a chance.